Hello everyone and happy 2021. Welcome to our 19th lesson for the Literacy Council ESL program. I hope that you had a wonderful holiday season and that you are ready to begin this year with a productive attitude. It's been interesting already, so we'll see what happens. Hola a todos y bienvenidos a nuestra lección número 19 por parte del programa de inglés del Literacy Council. Espero que tuvieron muy buenas, felices vacaciones y espero que estén listos para comenzar este año y ser productivos. Sé que ya empezó un poco difícil el año, pero ya veremos qué pasa. Ok, a comenzar. All right, before we read the article, let's look at the vocabulary that you will be seeing in the article. If you know the word, great. If you don't know it, look for it in the article. And maybe you know the word, but it has a different meaning in the context of the article. So we'll go over the words and then read the article, and then afterwards we'll go over the words and the meanings. All right, paragraph 1, astronomer. 2, predicting. 3, venture. 4, the heavens. 5, entrepreneur. 6, asteroid. 7, colonized. Paragraph 2, 8, launch. 9, probe. 10, collision. 11, insight. 12, microbial. 13, successor. 14, galaxy. All right, let's read the article. All right, the article is titled 2021 to be huge for space exploration. Cosmologists, astronomers, and space engineers are predicting that 2021 will be a great year for space exploration. An increasing number of countries and commercial companies are investing in technology to venture into the heavens. Entrepreneurs like SpaceX's Elon Musk and Virgin Galactic's Richard Branson are setting their sights on space tourism and sending astronauts to Mars. What once seemed like science fiction is quickly becoming space fact. Such are the advances in technology, we might no longer be surprised at news of asteroids being mined, Mars being colonized, or of new forms of holidays such as getaway weekend breaks to the moon. The year will start with an exciting project that will help scientists better understand the universe. NASA will launch its Q-PACE probe on January 15th. This will study the collision of small particles in space to prove an insight into how planets originally formed. A month later, NASA's Perseverance rover will land on Mars. This mission will test for signs of possible past microbial life. NASA said, returning samples of Mars to Earth has been a goal of planetary scientists since the early days of the space age. In October, the James Webb Space Telescope, the successor to the Hubble telescope, will launch into space. Its mission is to observe the first galaxies that formed in the early universe. So look for the words again. If you caught some of them, great. And then in the next slide, we'll go over both the words and the definitions, but reread the article and pick out the ones that you don't know and look those up, and hopefully we'll go over some of those as well later in the lesson. All right, let's go over the vocabulary matching. We'll read the words and the definitions. Number 1, astronomer is going to be E, an expert of the branch of science which deals with space and the physical universe. Number 2, predicting, saying or estimating that a specified thing will happen in the future. Number 3, venture is D, dare to do something or go somewhere that may be dangerous. Number 4, the heavens is C, the sky, especially where the sun, moon, stars, and planets are situated. Number 5, entrepreneur is B, a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking on greater than normal financial risk to do that. Number 6, an asteroid is G, a small rocky object orbiting the sun. And 7, colonized is F, sent a group of settlers to a place and established political control over it. Paragraph 2, 8 is launch, it's the letter I, sent a missile, satellite, or spacecraft on its course or into orbit. Number 9, probe, an unnamed exploratory spacecraft designed to transmit information about its environment. Number 10, collision is L, an instance of one moving object or person striking violently against another. Number 11, insight is it's M, a deep understanding of a person or thing. Now I have messed this up and I'll put this back so you won't get confused. Number 12, microbial is J, relating to or characteristic of a microorganism. Number 13, successor, a person or thing that takes over from another. And 14, galaxy is K, a system of millions or billions of stars. So if you didn't know some of those words or some of the meanings associated with some of those words, just go back over it, look over the words, look over the definitions, and then go back to the article and then see if it makes more sense. Let's go on. All right, let's look at the multiple choice quiz and see how well you remember things from the article. Number 1, who is predicting a great 2021 besides cosmologists and astronomers? A, coders, B, enthusiasts, C, space engineers, or D, astrologers? 2, where do commercial companies want to venture into? A, the heavens, B, new markets, C, time travel, or D, the past? 3, where do entrepreneurs want to send astronauts? A, Neptune, B, another galaxy, C, Mercury, D, Mars? Number 4, what does the article say science fiction is becoming? A, illogical, B, space fact, C, fantasy, D, difficult to understand? 5, where might we be going for weekend breaks? A, Mount Everest, B, Mars, C, the moon, or D, Saturn? Number 6, what will NASA launch on January the 15th? A, a new website, B, its Q-Pace probe, C, the Perseverance rover, D, a telescope? 7, in what month will NASA launch its rover? A, October, B, July, C, March, or D, February? Number 8, what will NASA's Perseverance rover test for signs of? A, water, B, possible past microbial life, C, human existence, D, gas? 9, when will the James Webb Space Telescope launch into space? A, October, B, September, C, August, or D, July? And last, number 10, what is the mission of the James Webb Space Telescope? A, to look at Earth, B, to find new galaxies, C, to find new light, or D, to observe the earliest galaxies. All right, so do that, and then we'll go over the answers in the next slide. All right, let's see how well you did on the multiple choice quiz. Number 1, who is predicting a great 2021 besides cosmologists and astronomers? And that is going to be C, space engineers. Number 2, where do commercial companies want to venture into? That's going to be A, the heavens. Number 3, where do entrepreneurs want to send astronauts? That's going to be D, Mars. And there are some other people besides astronauts that I would like to send to Mars, but that's a different story. Number 4, what does the article say science fiction is becoming? And that's going to be B, space fact. Number 5, where might we be going for weekend breaks? That's going to be C, the moon. Now in the article, it talked about, going to the moon during holidays. So in Great Britain, they use holidays instead of the word for vacation. So holidays and vacation, or holiday and vacation, are going to be the same thing. Number 6, what will NASA launch on January 15th? And that's going to be B, it's Q-Pace probe. In what month will NASA launch its rover? So it said it's going to be 1 month after the Q-Pace, so that's going to be February. Number 8, what will NASA's Perseverance rover test for signs of? And that's going to be B, possible past microbial life. Number 9, when will the James Webb Space Telescope launch into space? That's going to be A, October. And 10, what is the mission of the James Webb Space Telescope? And that's going to be D, to observe the earliest galaxies. So hopefully you did well, and let's go on. All right, so two of the names that we kept seeing in the article were NASA and SpaceX. So NASA is actually the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. The NASA official is Brian Dunbar. So NASA, the website is really, really fascinating. You can go and get updates on the different satellites and the different rovers that they have launched or in the past. So this one talks about the Perseverance, which is the one that they had mentioned in the article. So that one is going to land on February 18th, 2021. So that's next month, a little bit over a month. So be on the lookout for that. We probably will be able to watch it or hear it live whenever it lands. But there's a lot of interesting things on the website. You can explore space photos. I mean, look at that. Look at all those galaxies. Just kind of puts in perspective how small we are compared to the just sort of vast universe out there. But one of my favorite things to do is just go to the image galleries, and there's pretty fascinating things. The Curiosity rover that has landed on Mars, and you can see photos of Mars. Probably don't want to live there if you don't have to, so probably want to take care of Earth while we have it. Doesn't look very, very green there at all. So peruse through the NASA website, and then the other one is the SpaceX, and that's the Elon Musk. It was a private company I don't know if it's gone public. It might have, but don't quote me on that. And so you can see SpaceX has recently partnered with NASA to use its spacecrafts to go into space. And so you can see sort of the missions that they did together, the last missions. So I watched these live, but if you missed them whenever they were live, you can go back and watch them again. They're pretty fascinating, especially if you are into those things. So definitely go through these and check them out.
We're now 30
All right?
seconds into flight on the Falcon 9. All engines are running at full.
All right, everyone. Well, that concludes our lesson number 19. I hope that you have a wonderful and safe weekend. I will post 2 more activities and the answers so that you can do them. And hopefully you got a little bit of an interest in NASA and some other space exploration, and you learned a new word or something you didn't know. Have a great weekend. See you next week.